Hello, this is Judy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be putting together the Isabella cards from their workshop. And I went ahead and cut everything out because the cutting guide is here. I have a 101 cutting guide instructional video way back when. I'll see if I can link it at the end of this video. And it's relatively simple to follow all the directions for cutting the paper. So if you have any questions ever about anything like that, please let me know and I'll be happy to explain it further. But anyways, I'm going to be putting together this card right now. So these are the pieces. You get all the base cardstock. And you have a ballerina piece that goes here. And this is the Isabella paper. And this is going to go here. Then you have sapphire and the zip strip. That's your basic layout. And then this is a die cut from the kit, or a thin cut from the kit. And this is going to be stamped. And I went ahead and did the sun. He's supposed to go here stamped. I'm going to see what I think about stamping him directly on here. I don't know how that's going to go. And then I have some bling that came with it and the sapphire ink. So I'm going to make this card exactly how they have it here. And then I'll probably make some that are, you know, I'll go off on my own tangent, I call it. So this is it. They tell you exactly how to do it, where to place everything down. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this how they have it. And I hope I can do this without getting my head in the way. It was a windy day today, so my hair is kind of a mess. But if you see it, please ignore it. Okay, so that one up, I got a finger mark on it. Let's see how much of it shows after I put it in there. I'm going to see. It must be this one. Okay. Well, I have to flip it over. Oh, it doesn't show. Look at that. Good. Well, you can see it a little, but I don't think anybody will notice it but me and you. Okay, so that's done. Now you're supposed to stamp together in here. And we pair well up in the top and the bottom with the mink. So we're going to do the together right now because that is in the sapphire. And where's that stamping block? Here it is. Together, together. And this is my Versamat. I have it on the other side, so it's the spongy side, so I can get a good stamp image rather than using the foam, this foam that's included with the stamp set. So there's together. And so they have the sun, we pair well, and a couple of other lines here with the mink ink. So I'm going to clean this so I can take it off. And that's with our stamp chamois. Love that. What a great addition to our line that was. All right. So now we're going to, this actually looks like a little tiny itty bitty paper clip. It is minuscule. Nice, so now we're going to the mink ink. And this little paper clip is going to go at the top and the bottom of together. Okay. And there's this little dotted line that is tiny itty bitty. Now we'll do the sun. I think he would look good in the lemonade as well, because lemonade is part of this collection, but we're doing it like they have it. Okay, I guess that looks good. And now we pair well. And they have these arched so that they fit in this little arch right here perfectly. So actually I'm going to do this, and then I can pick it up. And this is going to be in the mink ink as well. There we go. There you go. Looks good. I think that is all the stamping on that guy. Let's see. Alright, so we got a little stamping here with the pink. And this workshop is supposed to teach distressing around the edges of your paper. And they suggest doing it with your scissors. Okay, so I'll show you that. Where is the pink? So to do that, you can use your scissors to go like this. You can open it up and do it. You do run the risk of cutting into your paper, but it leaves a nice distressed look. I don't like using my scissors. I have a distress tool, so that's why I'm using it. They suggest using your scissors because there is not a distress tool in our line at this time. This is one we had before. And it has little sharp edges in there that you run along the card. Right. And it really chews it up to give it that look. All right, I'm going to do all these edges. I'm not going to do the center of this one because that's where the paper is going to go over the top, and I don't want to have it buckle on top of the distressing. It's a little hard to get the corners too with these. All right, so that looks good. Now I'm going to distress these as well, even though they did not say to do that. And again, I only have to do the edges because the label is going to be covering the center of this piece of paper. And that way, hopefully, the paper will lay flat where it's going to be layered on. Okay, that's all done. Oh, I've got to stamp this on the top and the bottom of the pink. This is going to be like a border. All right, we're using Flamingo. And that's a little wet. I don't know what was on there. It's magnets sticking in my scissors. Okay. Let's get that centered and stamp. Centered again and stamp. Okay. And now we'll just put everything on. All right, we'll use some foam adhesive for this. Okay, I think that's done. So the only thing left is to embellish with sparkles, and it looks like they put sparkles here. And you could put them here. There's little dots in that stamp. And I use my tweezers for these. Let me put one here. Okay, and this card is done. So that was cool. It's really cute. I will show a couple other cards I made right following this before we move on to the next card. Okay, card number 2 is this one, and it has a mink layer, the pattern paper layer, one of the thin cuts, and then 2 other strips. So I went ahead and distressed my paper. So it's this one, and these 2 will go across. So that was easy enough. So I'll go ahead and layer these down. I hope you enjoyed those still photos of the first card. I really like the pink birthday one. And I know someone I can give it to. Okay. Now this card did call for the sentiment cheers in the middle. I'm going to change that to fabulous. It's a word I find I use often and try to, you know, be positive. And a lot of things are fabulous if we just take the time to note what it could be otherwise. You know, so many things in this world are not fabulous, so all those little things that are, I really want to remind myself how wonderful and fabulous things can be. All right, so they do say to put this 1 inch from the bottom, and I'm going to eyeball it because my mat is turned upside down to stamp on. But I'm going to gear it kind of towards where these X's are. Well, they're X's now because they're covered up. So I'm going to put a strip of glue here. For these little pieces, sometimes it's easier to put the glue down and then the strip. Okay, so this is done and ready to go. Now I need to stamp this, and then they have the crown in there. So this is stamped with sapphire. I'm doing half of the panel this time. Okay, that looks good. So we've got the crown. We're going to do fabulous. Good, good, good. Got to clean this off. I'm going to use this other strip. All right, that looks straight enough. And that's going to be in sapphire too. Oops, and I got ink there. Oh, I don't think that's fixable. All right, we're going to go on the back. Let's do this again. Hey, mistakes happen. There we go. We're going to do this one this time. Now redo fabulous. Do you like to know that people who do videos make mistakes too? You notice sometimes they cut everything out. So if you'd rather I cut that part out when I make mistakes, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I don't mind. Letting everyone know I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I don't try to be. I embrace my flaws. Try to be okay with it. I tried to be fabulous. Okay, and we're going to put simply, and I already have it on here, and this is going to be in the mink so that it's simply fabulous. Perfect. There. Okay, now I got to do the crown. And this is in mink as well. So see what it looks like here without. It's kind of wet. So let's clean that off. Let's hope it doesn't get too much ink on them. Okay, that looks all right. The ink pad is quite juicy. All right, so he'll go right here. That's the way they did it. I just wanted to see what it looked like without the popping it up here. Okay, so that is all there is to this one. I'm going to pop it up here and put this on here. Now, they said to pop this up, but since I'll be mailing it, I'm not going to, because that'll be a double dimension. And you know how the post office is, so I don't want to pop it up too far. And I've run out of my foam adhesive, so I've got to get some. So I will post a picture of this after it's finished. Let's put some dots on. Alright, so I put one on the crown. Because why not, right? Crown's got to have a gem. There we go. And then they put one here. And I pulled out some little gems from my stash, in other words, to put on those other cards that I made, and they looked pretty good. All right, so that is all there is on this one. So this is exactly how they did it, except for the cheers. And they popped this up on pop dots. So, and then I will make some more cards with my other pieces and show you the still shots. And then we'll move on to card number 3. Card number 3 is going to be on the vertical, and it's a happy birthday, and the only thing really different was that they stamped on the ballerina paper with flamingo ink for the flower. So I went ahead and distressed everything again, and I don't know if you noticed in the still shots, when I do my other cards, I'm really not doing much different, but one I'm doing with the opposite side of the paper, exactly how they have it, but I'm turning the designer paper over. Another one, I will do some heat embossing on it, and I think I'm finding the silver embossing powder the prettiest. And the other one, I added some twine and added some more stamping around the outside edges. So if you want to go back and look at those, go ahead. But that's kind of what I'm doing with these, just to change it up a little bit. All right, so this one is going to use this side of the paper with the sapphire, then the pink for ballerina, and then the strip of zip strip. Now, I don't think they distressed all of these. They only did the pink one. Let's see. Distress and top and bottom of 3C. So yes, they only did the pink. I'm doing them all. If I distress one, I like to distress them all. I think it looks unnatural to have one distress and not the other ones, but that's just me. So you can, you know, if you don't want to distress, don't. And that's another thing I do on those. Some of them I will ink the edges instead of distressing. I like inking as well as distressing. Okay, so let's get this put together. Okay, that is card number 3 done. That's really pretty. I like it. Now, something I would do is edge the or ink the edges of this piece, because there's so much white in it that it kind of blends in. But that may be a look that you want, so you know, that's totally up to whoever's making the card. So that's really cute. I like it. And stay tuned for still shots of what I make with the other ones. Card number 4 is this one, and this is very simple compared to the other ones. It's just layering down these pieces of paper, stamping this, and it does have a banner. So I went ahead and did it without videoing it, because this video is already long. So this is what I came up with. Now in this one, I do want to note they stamped these individually and cut them out, because there are thin cuts for them. I just stamped right on the card. So this is it. Let me make sure I've got you in frame there. I added some stickles here just to add some bling, but everything else is the same. I did put some of the gems here, and I did distress all of the papers. This one's very similar, but I put a sun, put less stickles, and I inked the edges. This one I did with the pink. I really like it. I got a smudge there, so I'm going to fix that. Probably with a gem or stickles or something. I didn't see it when I was putting the stickles on. So it just goes to show that whoever receives it may not see it either. Who knows? But this is stamped with the mink ink, and I like the nice soft look of having it all stamped in the same ink. And these are inked with mink as well, the pieces of paper around the edges, except that one has ballerina. And this one is the same, but I did it with the pink in here. So I like this design. I used it. This one is also different, as I put these strips of paper over top of the blue, whereas all the other ones, I did the blue on top of the other ones, the way they had it shown. And I think I might like that one better, but you never know until you change it up, right? And more stickles. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this card series. It's a really pretty cards selection, and it's different, right? It's different from what you usually would do. Now, I do note that when I was using these pieces, I laid them out, and they fit together pretty good for a scrapbook page, so I may make one with just these thin cut pieces as a design element. Okay, have a great day. Thank you for watching.